Welcome to my world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good everything. Wherever you are listening to me on the surface of the earth, how are you? I'm fine. I'm really, really fine. And I'm excited, happy, coming into the studio, sitting here to share moments with you. It's beautiful. Thank you. Okay. It's been an amazing season in the continent of Africa. And this episode, I don't intend to offend anybody, but I want us to look at it as a people and ask ourselves certain questions. It is about the xenophobic and Afrophobic incidents in Africa. So a lot has been going on, like I said, in the continent of Africa, and our brothers from South Africa have been speaking. And I sat down and I asked myself, hate is actually taught. We were not born with the gene to hate people. It was as in we actually learn how to hate people. So I went down memory lane. I went into the archives to search out certain things. If you're not careful, you would say things and do things that will affect the next generation and generation and generation because of one silly mistake or stupid mistake you made. Timeline of major xenophobic and Afrophobic incidents in Africa. Yeah. That's what I want to do today. And I want to just take you through certain timelines and see a pattern being repeated itself or being repeated, and see if we can courageously stem it, and say stop. So before I go on, I was listening to Vuzi Tembekwayo. We all know him. A good number of us know him. Our brother from South Africa, and on platform, he spoke recently on the platform organized by Pastor Poju Oyemade, and before he went into his conversation, he spoke to the xenophobic attacks and all that, and the way he spoke, in my opinion, he was trying to stay clear of certain things, and he used words like, they are trying to pitch us against ourselves. And I, as an individual, each time I hear such lines, it's like, who are the they? If we know the they, then we should be ready to fight the day. Like he ended, we are the light, be the light, and all of that. So 1950s to 1960s, we're looking at Afrophobic and xenophobic incidents in Africa from 1926 to 2026. Decolonization era. Ghana in 1969, Aliens Compliance Order. Follow my thoughts. Prime Minister Kofi Boussoua ordered undocumented foreigners to leave Ghana. Hundreds of thousands of West African migrants, especially Nigerians, Togo nationals, and Upper Volta, now called Burkina Faso, citizens were expelled. One of Africa's earliest large-scale post-independence anti-foreigners action. Uganda, 1972, expulsion of Asians. Idi Amin expelled approximately 60,000 to 80,000 Asians, mainly of Indian and Pakistani descent. Businesses and properties were seized. This remains one of the largest xenophobic expulsions in modern African history. The 1980s, Nigeria. 1983, mass expulsion of foreign nationals. Amid economic recession, Nigeria expelled over 1 million migrants, mostly Ghanaians. The phrase, "Ghana must go," became associated with the migration crisis. Migrants from Togo, Niger, Chad, and Benin were also affected. Nigeria, again, 1985, second expulsion wave. Another large-scale deportation of foreign workers occurred during economic hardship. 1990s, Côte d'Ivoire. 1990s, Averite campaign. Growing political movement questioning the nationality of migrants and descendants of migrants from Burkina Faso, Mali, and Guinea led to discrimination, expulsion from politics, and violence. Became one of the drivers of the Ivorian civil conflict. South Africa, post-1994, rise of post-apartheid xenophobia. After apartheid ended, South Africa became a destination for migrants from Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Malawi, Somalia, Ethiopia, Nigeria, and elsewhere. Anti-migrant sentiment became increasingly visible in townships and informal settlements. South Africa, the epicenter of modern Afrophobic violence. Most documented Afrophobic attacks in Africa, during the last 3 decades have occurred in South Africa. 1998, Johannesburg and Cape Town. Foreign migrants from Senegal and Mozambique were attacked by mobs. Human rights groups marked this as one of the earliest major xenophobic incidents in democratic South Africa. 2000 to 2007, repeated township attacks. Somali, Ethiopians, Zimbabweans, and Mozambican shopkeepers were frequently targeted. Numerous murders, assaults, and looting incidents were recorded across Côte and Western Cape provinces. 2008, South Africa's deadliest xenophobic violence. Violence began in Alexandria Township near Johannesburg, spreads rapidly across 7 provinces. Migrants from Mozambique, Zimbabwe, Somalia, Malawi, Ethiopia, and other African countries were targeted. At least 62 people were killed. Thousands were injured. Around 100,000 people were displaced. Countries most affected: Mozambique, Zimbabwe, Malawi, Somalia, and Ethiopia. 2015, Durban and Johannesburg attacks. Violence erupted in KwaZulu-Natal before spreading nationally. Foreign-owned businesses were looted. Several migrants were killed. Malawi, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, and other states evacuated citizens. The killing of Mozambique migrant Emmanuel Chitol became internationally known. Countries affected: Mozambique, Zimbabwe, Malawi, Ethiopia, Bangladesh, among non-African migrants. 2017, anti-Nigerian demonstrations. Nigerian-owned businesses became particular targets. Diplomatic tension between Nigeria and South Africa increased. 2019, Johannesburg, Pretoria, and I hope I got that correctly. Major attacks focused on foreign-owned shops and businesses. Nigerians, Ethiopians, Somalis, Zimbabweans, Congolese migrants were targeted. Several deaths occurred. Nigeria temporarily boycotted the World Economic Forum Africa meeting in Cape Town. Relations between South Africa and several African states deteriorated. 2020 to 2022, Operation Dudula campaign. Vigilante-style anti-migrant movement emerged. Foreign nationals were accused of taking jobs and public services. Migrants reported intimidation, exclusion from healthcare, and violent attacks. Human Rights Watch documented widespread harassment. Affected groups: Zimbabweans, Nigerians, Ethiopians, Somalis, Congolese, Mozambique. 2024 to 2026, renewed anti-migrant violence. New anti-immigration groups expanded activities. Violence, looting, forced displacement, and attacks on migrant communities intensified in parts of Western Cape, Gauteng, and KwaZulu-Natal. Multiple African governments issued travel advisories or repatriated citizens. Nigerian, Ghanaian, Malawian, Mozambican, Zimbabwean, and Ethiopian nationals were among those affected. So, do we see a pattern here? And there's something about patterns. If not broken, it will repeat itself over and over and over and over. So, who's benefiting at the end of the day? Who's losing? Obviously, you know the answer. How do we solve the problem? Somebody will ask. The way children will always say, why don't we sit down and eat together? Why not we sit and eat together? Is it that difficult? Is it that difficult? I think the most simple things in life is what we run away from. We rather run towards complexities. That's what we do. I've traveled a bit around the world. I have. And one thing I know about Nigerians, are very resilient people. Very, very. If there's something the world doesn't know about Nigerians, we're loving people. You may not agree with me, but if you're still around Nigerians, you will know what I'm talking about. We love filling spaces for good. True Nigerian spirit. Yeah, true Nigerian spirit. If you sit with a Nigerian at a coffee shop or whatever, he won't allow you pay. He will pay. It's not because he has so much. It's because that's how we behave. I'm not saying we don't have some negative elements around us, but you know that much of what we see in terms of development in Africa to the world is from this. We have made our own mistakes, like from what I read. When you say an eye for an eye, this is what an eye for an eye does. It means everybody will go blind. We all go blind. If you've read the story of the merchant of Venice, when he was asking for a pound of flesh, and he said, a pound of flesh I must get. And when the lawyer came in and said, you requested for a pound of flesh, he said, yes, that was what we agreed if it doesn't pay back. And the lawyer now asked, Did the agreement state blood? He was quiet because he said a pound of flesh. So it means if you have to take a pound of flesh, you mustn't spill any blood. You just take a pound of flesh. How is that possible? If I take a pound of flesh, then the guy, he will bleed. No, the contract says a pound of flesh. So you must take a pound of flesh without spilling any blood. So you see, an eye for an eye. We all go blind. My idea of this episode is to speak to us as people, Africans, Nigerians, South Africans. So something happened the other day when South Africa was playing against Mexico in this World Cup. I must tell you the truth, I felt bad when I saw Nigerians supporting Mexico. A part of me was like, okay, this is what you pay. This is the price you pay. But I didn't feel good about it. And even before coming on set for this edition, we were talking about it. And somehow it's like, South Africa out of the World Cup, some of us wanted to be happy that I said no, they qualified. I think they lost first game, drew one, and they won the other game, their last game in the group series. So they've advanced. I think it was Vuzi Tembekwayo's page that I saw it even. And some Nigerians were really not happy about it. That's what hatred does. That's what it does. But again, do we want to see ourselves? Do we want to break free? Do we want to live and rise above the challenge? And I think we have to be the better person in the room. We have to be the better person in the room. We don't have to reinforce failure and evil, patterns, and bring our entire generation under this shackle of hatred. It's like we're just waiting to hit the self-destruct button. Yeah, that's what we're doing. I hope we get to see ourselves and appreciate ourselves as Africans, as human beings, and reach out. I'm going to end with this. Do you know why I believe the Bible? Because most of the things, if not all, when I'm on set, you always hear me, most of the principles, I put it through. The Bible is the only book that tells me, love your enemy. Pray for those who hate you. I've not seen it anywhere. It's only in the Bible. That a man is hanging on the cross to be killed. And those who are killing him, he's begging for them. As in, he's pleading for them. And he used a word that is a line that blew my mind. Forgive them because they are ignorant, like they know not what they do. With his last breath, he saved the thief on the cross. Can't beat it. You can't beat it. And that's where I stand. Painful as it might sound, that is the truth. And the truth you know will set you free. Yes, we're available on all the social media platforms. LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. We're available. We also have a YouTube channel. Go ahead, hit that notification button so that when episodes like this drop, you'll be the first to catch a glimpse of it. till I come your way again. My name is Amachree Isoboye.